Charlie, what they happened? What they happened? My CFC army. Today we all ball, we all verse. Cause yesterday things not go well for we at all at Southampton. Things not go well, to be honest. Since pre-season, the whole season, things don't go well. We already see. Even I think the only game we really played to one ability be the Tottenham game. So far things don't go well. We all see. This video no be match reaction video. This video no be match report. In this video, I talk about 5 important things we notice. What I think say we for work on or we for correct to be able to get one season back on track. To be able to be the title challenges we will for be. 5 crucial things. Let's get right into it. Okay guys, so as I mentioned, I talk about 5 important things we think say we for work on ASAP. We for work on ASAP so we could get one season back underway. First point I want to talk about formation issues. The formation with the play. Since Tuchel come, we all know see in preference be the 3-5-3 system. The 3-5-3 system. Now the problem I see is now if we play the 3-5-3 system, we get a lot of control. We get a lot of defensive stability, but we know they get the penetration we need. We know they fit trouble teams with the 3-5-3 system. Even at Tottenham, where we play so well, you could see we never fit take advantage. We don't create enough as well. Yesterday against Southampton, you see, second half, as we play the 3-5-3 system, we get a lot of control, but Southampton was largely untroubled. If we play the 4-2-2 system we they try play these days, we they get a lot of trust, we they get a lot of penetration, but again, we'll be also wide open at the back. It'll be so easy. Southampton, well, they cut we up so easily. We want our defense never be comfortable. So I think that Tuchel has to find a balance. It is important. Say Tuchel go find a balance between that defensive steel, defensive solidity, and attacking trust. I don't think it's only a matter of buying players and buying the most expensive players around. I think that no matter the players we get, if we don't get that flexibility, if we don't get that balance right, no matter who we bring, it will be a problem. So that's my first issue I think say Tuchel for work on. Second point, player issues. I think say it is about time we Tuchel start to bench some players. It's that simple. Because it really no be fair anymore. I think somebody like Mason Mount will be benched. To be honest, I shocked say I see him say the start for the Southampton. But I think say he will be benched. He struggled enough. But it will be fair to the other players. If you do that, it will create unrest. Same with Kai Havertz. I understand what Tuchel they try to do, but the work. They just know it's not just about running and working hard and all those things. I think it is absolutely important that Armando Broja play for West Ham. I mean, I will be shocked out of my wits if Armando Broja no play because he know the work. Whatever he do, clearly know the work. At least these 2 players for be benched. Other players for come. Even if we lose, other players to forget a chance. I think it'll be very important. Then the next one, this issue, if you want to play a back 4, I just don't see Jorginho as being a DM for that kind of role. He's just not athletic enough, and whilst he be very good quarterback, he's a very good quarterback kind of player for me, I just don't think he's fit for that DM role. So I think that if we want to play that system, we should play a system which it will incorporate the players we already have. I think that'd be very, very important. I suspect that Tuchel just fails have the right people at Southampton, especially because Kante is out and also a few of our players were also out. So I suspect that once they keep coming back, maybe things will get better. But if we want to play a 4, then we have to look at that role. It's very, very, very important. I don't think things they work properly for we. Number 3, I think it's also very, very important Tuchel for step up. I've already talked about the formation, I talked about the player issues. But I think generally, he as a coach, in general performance too for improve. Because the excuses, they make too much. Nobody for the whole football world get the kind of backing we Tuchel gets. Absolute backing by these new owners. So he for step up and deserve that backing. Because you see, if you don't step up, if the players no feel he demand them utmost, they not go perform. Well, if they no start perform, I think say he could cut under pressure because I suspect say already he's under pressure. If I were the new owners, this talk of renew his contract, if we look at it properly, I know the talk say was like that not be. I mean, we won't find a better coach than him currently on the market. But I think say it is important the new managers will make you understand say, I mean, this is Chelsea, and nobody did their way. I mean, he be above reproach or he be above a sack. So I think that if we realize that, if we step up, if we be able to do something, I mean, if we do something, because right now things don't go well, and given the kind of money we spend, I think we should be doing far better. I think the managers will make you understand say they deserve better. So I think Tuchel for step up, and that's my point number 3. Tuchel for step up, really. Number 4 be say, I think say the owners too for step up. I think say the owners too for step up, because you see, still with the lack of strike up to now, nobody knows what happened with the Aubameyang deal. Every day there is a different story. But we need a centre forward. Therefore, work on them. I think that we need another creative attacker. I think it's very important. So many names have been bandied around, Zaha, now even Neymar and all that. I don't think it's always about buying the biggest names, but we need a real talent. We need a player who creates enough for us, and I think that very, very important. If you look at the squad, I seriously think that we hear another midfielder. There was talk this week, see another approach we made for Frankie de Jong. I think we absolutely need that guy, because that's the kind of player we're going to play in that deep role, and create from deep. I think it's very, very, very important, because even if you get a creative attacker, you cannot leave all the creation to one player. It won't be possible. The whole team need to create enough, and that's another thing we will work on. I think it's very, very important. So the owners too for step up. We need a striker. We need another creative attacker. We need a midfielder, I think. But more importantly, some of the French players will go. It'll not be easy, but it's important they will work up. Pulisic, I think his situation clearly is becoming toxic. We forget them out. I think Ziyech, if we no go use them, these are very important, very talented, very young players. With them all have big futures for the World Cup. So clearly, if they no go play, keeping them on the bench is untenable. That cannot happen. So I think it'd be very, very important for us to get those players on the periphery, clubs, make them go. So say you go create, a more refreshing dressing room. I think that'd be very, 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 very important. Also, 5th point, I think the whole team has been distracted by the transfer issues. I think the transfer issues also affecting me. As of now, it'd be difficult for Tuchel to even know what his team would be, and that be also creating problems. I suspect that the team, they struggle with that. There are some players where they know say they no go stay. So as they think about the next meeting with the agent, the next meeting with the club. That obviously will affect the team. So I know if you wait till the transfer window is over, so we go know the team we have, then we'll go work with them. So I think generally we will ease down on the pressure on the team and Thomas Tuchel, because I think generally all of them, Tuchel is heavily involved in the transfer. This is the first time he's doing that. He never do that before. So I think we will all understand that this team is in transition. If we all understand that, I think it will help me. But I think we will stabilize if some of these 5 things I talk about worked out. Alright guys, thanks so much for being here. Let me hear from you. I want to hear from you. What do you also think is the problem? And how do you think we could fix them? So when you get here, let me hear from you. Thank you so much guys. Catch you some other time. Ciao.